Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thoughts in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse of only a few, you make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yo, man, big up people, man. Big up. Good morning, Monday morning. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. Everyone's blessed, man. Big up to everybody obviously watching this live. Big up to those obviously watching this on the replay. You know the vibes already. Match reaction time. Liverpool against Brighton. Obviously won the game 2-1 in the end. I finally was able to go back and watch the game. To see what was going on. So obviously I'll give you my kind of thoughts. Won't make this hopefully too long. Wasn't able to do it this weekend. Just too many things kind of going on. But yeah, listen, man. Top of the league now. So that we'll start off with the positives. Won the game, got the 3 points in the end. Obviously we saw who was it? Newcastle obviously defeating Arsenal. We saw Manchester City losing to Bournemouth. That one was probably the shock of the weekend, to be honest with you. The Newcastle one, I was a bit like, that could easily kind of happen. But yeah, seeing Manchester City lose to Bournemouth, that was really good as well. And then, of course, obviously Liverpool getting the victory, so puts us right back at the top of the table. Obviously, we're only, 10 games in or whatever it is, so nothing really to write home about at this current moment in time. But listen, man, it's good. It's good. It's been a good weekend. Been a good weekend for Liverpool in that aspect. That's probably about the only real positives I could really touch on, if I'm being super duper honest. The game in itself, and before we even get into that, guys, obviously I dropped a video where have all the number 10s gone in football. Obviously it's pinned in the chat. I dropped the video the other day as well, so please, when this video obviously finishes, guys, check it out, man. Have a little look, see. It might be to your liking, it might not. It's not long at all. I think it's like 6-7 minutes, so yeah, you guys can obviously lock in to that. But yeah, man, to the game in itself, man. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this relatively short. I thought for about maybe like 70 minutes of the game, I thought Liverpool were rubbish. Do you know what I mean? I thought we were kind of poor in the game. Brighton, I said it before the game as well, you know, obviously some players obviously coming back. I didn't watch the League Cup game in full, so obviously I only have saw the highlights and stuff like that. Obviously I listened to everybody. I listened to the guys, ENDZ, Jerry, and everybody else obviously speak about, you know, the game, the result, certain players, and etc. So I kind of got like a gauge of what was kind of going on. But when it comes to this game, obviously, again, I don't know if Brighton changed the way that they played. I don't know if Liverpool changed the way that they played. Is it because we had certain players back? Obviously, I was on ENDZ's stream the other day. And we were doing like the match preview and stuff like that. And I said, listen, man, like obviously I don't know that game, but this game, when it comes to Brighton are not easy. They're not easy. And the way that Brighton play, I feel like it's difficult for Liverpool to play against a team like Brighton, just in the way that they play. And to be honest, in the way that they've been playing for the last few seasons, whether it's De Zerbi, whether it's Graham Potter, you know, they just have this way of playing it just makes it tough for Liverpool. What I don't know what it is, just their play style versus our play style. To me, their play style is always better. You know, we just have better players. You know, we've got the individual quality, you know, that they just don't have in certain kind of areas of the pitch. But yeah, when I'm looking at it in totality, I mean, obviously, you know, we had Cody Gakpo starting, Tsimikas obviously starting as well in left back. I heard everybody obviously speaking about the whole Tsimikas Robbo thing. whatever. Obviously, Simicast starting there. Midfield was the midfield I think I expected. Yeah, McAllister. Oh, to be fair, no, I wanted Curtis Jones to start for McAllister. To be fair, obviously Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, and then Nunez and Salah. Yeah, it's very interesting because obviously after the game, obviously I go on everything, so I'll listen to what people say. Then I go on like SofaScore just really to get like the statistics really of the game, like ball recoveries, shots on target, all that kind of stuff, right? And obviously I was looking at like FOTMob, and obviously FOTMob have got like their ratings for the game. But I was like, like obviously everyone was speaking about Simicast and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So obviously when I'm watching the game, I was trying to figure out what it was that everybody was talking about. Like I did find that a little bit confusing. Because I didn't think that they were that good. You know what? Like in the game, I didn't think it was like, oh my goodness, Simicast and Robber. Maybe just in terms of context of like as a Liverpool performance, because like I said, for 70 minutes, to be honest, for the majority of the game, Brighton were the better team. They were more controlled in possession, out of possession. You know, Liverpool, as per usual, as I keep saying, this trying to break teams down, we're not good at it. I thought we'd get a bit better, which you probably have, maybe a little bit under Arne Slot. Like I always say, I'll keep saying it. I like Arne Slot's football, but that is one area, well, one of a few areas that I feel that, and obviously out of possession when we defend. But when we're on the ball, at times, you know, I don't, you know what, the slow lethargic thing, that's all great, but it's just please learn how to break teams down. Like I don't know, for me, like it's gonna be what I took from the game was like it's gonna be mad interesting to see what type of players, if we sign any, but what type of players we sign in the summer. I'll be so intrigued to see if Slot just keeps everything the same, maybe just bringing back a few players and stuff like that. But I'll be so interested because it's just obviously yes, we're the early stages, and you know we still got the rest of the season to go. Of course, you know what I mean, things can and probably will get a lot better. But there's just I don't think it's really a problem with the play style. I think the lads understand exactly what it is Arne Slot wants them to do. I don't think that's really the problem. I don't look at Liverpool and think these guys are like, we're not Manchester United, basically, where you're like, Jesus Christ, do they even know what what to do? Do you know what I mean? Do they know whether they should be defending here? They should be pressing that now. I think we fully understand as a team. I think everybody understands. I just think that there's certain players in the team that just can't do it, in terms of play the exact way that he wants them to play. And obviously, like I said, it's still early. These guys have only just, he's only just come. We're so used to playing, a different kind of, not different, a different style-esque of football, when we're in possession, when we're out of possession, certain instances where I think when I was watching Liverpool up against Brighton, I just felt like we just almost turned into like panic mode at one stage. And obviously we hit them with the 2 goals very, very quick, which I thought like, oh, brilliant. You know what I mean? That's typical Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just bang, bang, bang. Do you know what I mean? We got the 2 goals, boom. And then all of a sudden now after the first goal that we scored, the cross shot from Gakpo, I just felt like it's like the impetus just went up, the intensity just went up. The crowd, you finally heard them, and all of that kind of stuff. It was just kind of that. But listen, it is what it is. Brighton, as I keep saying, they're a good team. And one thing I was watching as well, and I guess big up Michael, by the way, big up Ravi, of course, in the building. Michael probably understand this a little bit more because obviously, the amount of football that Michael watches. Like when I watch Liverpool, it's just aesthetics, by the way. This isn't like factual or anything. This is just opinionated aesthetics from my own opinion. But when I watch Liverpool, it's like, I don't know, like the way that we play in general, it just all looks so stiff. I don't like, it's so difficult to explain, but I guess you'd only really understand it from if you watch like other teams, like in the way that they kind of do things. So obviously Brighton was a very good example. Now, obviously, as I say, with Brighton, they've been doing this style of play for a very, very long time. They've, under various different managers. So they probably had that time to, you know, embed what it is about their team, you know, the style of play, the culture within the club. But I feel, and obviously we're trying to, obviously with Arne Slot, that's what we're trying to obviously get to. But it's just, I don't know, like when I'm watching, I'm like, why does it just look so stiff? Is it the players? Them? Well, it must be the players, obviously, because the manager knows what he wants to do. But it's just stiff. Everything we do is just stiff. It's just very robotic. Like I don't know. Like I said, that's not a factual thing. I haven't got no statistical evidence to back it up. It's just what my eyes see when I'm watching, you know, Liverpool play, as opposed to watching Brighton play, as opposed to watching, I don't even know, like a Leverkusen or Barcelona, or like, I don't know, there's like a stiffness in, you know, in the way that we kind of do things. I don't know, it's a weird one, man. Michael saying, obviously watching Atalanta and Liverpool on the weekend was night and day in terms of movement. Yeah, I didn't even watch Atalanta, but I can imagine what you're getting at. It's just weird. I honestly, it's so weird. But obviously, we got individual quality: Virgil van Dijk, Konate, you know, Salah, you know, Trent. We got these good players, some of them world-class players in the team, which individual, bro, that's going to change, you know, a lot. And they're not stupid players. You know, I mean, they are very good players. They are quite intelligent players. So if the manager asks you to do something, you'll do it anyway. And I'm not saying, by the way, that I feel that they're not necessarily doing it. It's just the way that it's being done, for me, is just, yeah, it's just very weird. And when you come up against a fluidity, you know, in the team like Brighton, you know, when, you know, their system is just, it doesn't matter. That's one thing I think Brighton are probably the best team in the league at. It does not matter the manager. It does not matter the players, whether it's Caicedo, whether it's what's his name in the middle of the park. I thought was really good. Ayari, whether it's him, Hinshelwood. By the way, big up the right winger as well. He was good in the game. You know, it doesn't matter who the hell it is, whoever's in their team, Igor at the back, you know, their team plays with this kind of fluidity, regardless of anything. And that's why I always have to big up Brighton for that, because I don't know how they do it. And I think other teams probably got to start taking note. But for some reason, they just seem to be the only team in the league that I've seen do it, you know, over the years. Obviously, outside of Manchester City, literally, because they've had Pep Guardiola, I still think Brighton's obviously is maybe just a little bit better, just in terms of the fact that how can you have had so many different managers, but your play style doesn't even, it changes. Obviously, it tweaks a little bit. Of course, Roberto De Zerbi isn't exactly like, you know, the manager they got in charge now, but at the same time, there's a lot of similarities, and they're able to have this kind of conveyor belt of players coming in and out, sell this guy for 100 million, getting this midfielder instead. Like it's crazy. But listen, man, look, like I said, Liverpool obviously got the win in the end. But yeah, for me, I just thought Liverpool were poor. I'll be so honest, man. I just thought it really is. It's the breaking down the teams, which I think bugs me the most, you know, because I was just hoping that, I thought by now I'd start to see it a bit more, but I'm not really seeing it. And I think that's what's frustrating me more than anything, the most, is that I'm just not really seeing that, where we've got a style of play which enables us to be able to break down these teams. And obviously, if you look in the last, like, 5 matches that we played, conceded against Brighton, obviously at the weekend, conceded 2 against Brighton before that, conceded 2 again against Arsenal, blank against RB Leipzig, conceded against Chelsea. We're conceding goals now. You get what I'm trying to say? Them clean sheets that we were all waxing Liverpool, it's gone now. That's all gone. In fact, in the last 5 games, we've only had 1 clean sheet. Do you know what I mean? So, and how many you can see, what's that? 1, 3, 5, 6 goals we've conceded in the last 5 games. We've conceded more goals than we've played games in the last 5 games. I don't know. That's a bit mad to me. That's a bit mad to me, considering, of course, we were waxing lyrical about Liverpool's defense, and it looks so imperious and all of this kind of stuff. You know, it's still, obviously, listen, look, it's still, obviously, still at the kind of like beginning, you know, stages, you know, so to speak. But it just shows you in football, really and truly, how things can change so quickly. You know, 1 minute it looks amazing, and Jesus Christ, you can't even break this Liverpool team down, to now in the last 5 games you conceded 6 goals. Like in you know, in comparison to what we were doing before, which I thought, you know, looked good. So yeah, it's just interesting. Ravi saying we need to be quicker. The way we move with the ball. Ravi, I've been saying this for like 3 years, bro. Like, I totally agree with you. Like, totally agree with you. The way we move the ball, it's so fucking slow. It's annoying, bro. Big up saying in the building as well. Premier League in general was quite stiff and it probably is. Maybe there is. Like, I don't even want to. I can't even disagree with that. Do you know what I mean? I can't even disagree with that. Like I guess it is just an English thing, or an English Premier League thing. In terms of the way that the Premier League plays its football. Because when I'm watching these other teams on the weekend, or Champions League, Europa League, or whatever, they just move so fluid. Like, but England is just like flipping heck. It's a bit mad. Michael, but the second half we saw the movement. Yeah. Second half we upped the intensity. We upped the intensity. But again, up until we scored, yes, we were having territorial advantage, but really up until we scored the first goal, I don't know. Brighton felt like almost like they were like the home team, and we were the away team, kind of thing. It had that vibe to it. It didn't have a vibe of Liverpool, the home team. Like, Liverpool didn't look comfortable, like I said, really until we scored the goal. Like, in my opinion, again, I'm not saying none of this is factual. You know what I mean? If you watch the game and you thought otherwise, that's up to you. I'm not here to argue with anybody about anything, but yeah, that's just the way I looked at the game. I was just like, yeah, we don't look like comfortable. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We look like we're devoid of ideas at times. You know, the way that Brighton, again, just like the Arsenal game, the way they're very good at plugging the holes, plugging the gaps, the way that, and obviously one of the players I wanted to talk about anyway, who I thought for me was the best player on the pitch, was Danny Welbeck. Absolutely excellent performance. Like, Jesus Christ, this brother, like I said before the game as well, watch out. He obviously didn't score, so obviously there's obviously that side to it, but everything else, this brother was linking up play well. He was just causing more danger than anything else. And it wasn't even by, he was running in behind and, you know, he was getting 10 shots off a goal. It wasn't even about that. He was just making the Liverpool defense just think way too much. And then when he's dropping in, as you can see with his heat map, when he's then dropping into midfield, creating, you know, at times that overload, which then allows for Mitoma to obviously run on through. Like, or I can't remember the right winger's name. Apologies, but I did think he was really, really good. When it allows for those two to run on through and the slick passing they were doing at times. Like, I remember there was a counter attack that they did, and again, it's so contrast when I'm comparing our counter attacks to like how other teams, you know, do their counter. I still think Liverpool are the best team on the counter. You know what I mean? Like, it's so difficult to stop a Liverpool team when they're on the counter attack. Everything is, you know what I mean? It's just fuel. You know, like it's like watching Formula One. But when they were doing it, it was just bang, pass, bang, pass. You got Estupinian, nutmeg. Can't remember who it was. He nutmeg. Boom, play it in the middle. Boom, he plays it out wide to Matoma. Matoma runs the brother. It's just all slick. I was just like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I like that. I like that kind of style of football, man. Bigger Alexander in the building. He's saying the first half was dead. Yeah. It was absolutely atrocious. Michael said we need an Elliott type of play. Maybe we listen. I'm so intrigued to see, because he was really good in the preseason. I would love to see what he looks like when when he comes back into the fold. Slot is still new. yeah. He is new. His breath. But yeah. It's just one of them things, man. Like I said, that was just my kind of takeaway from the game in itself. But yeah, for me, Danny Welbeck, I just felt was really, really good, man. Like, it was his overall performance. Like I said, didn't get the goal, so cool. Didn't get the GA that he needed. But in a world where everybody keeps talking about performances and all this kind of stuff, for me, he was the best player on the pitch. Absolutely the best player, bar none. I didn't think anybody else was as good as him on either side, to be honest with you, even in the second half as well. When they needed someone to, be that focal point up front, he was that. When they needed someone to, hold up the play, to bring people in, he was that. I see him at right wing, left back, right back. Like, brother was just everywhere. He literally, again, heat map tells you he was literally everywhere on the pitch. And this is supposed to be their striker, kind of thing. So, and obviously, of course, you're coming up against Liverpool at Anfield. So there's going to be a level of defending that you're going to need to do at some point in the game. Felt like he was calm. Felt like he literally was just missing a goal. And I thought that free kick that he had, I thought that was going to go in. Obviously, I knew the score. So when I saw their first goal, I was thinking, that free kick was close, that free kick was super duper close. But listen, man, it was unlucky. unlucky for him, man. But yeah, listen, look, we're top of the league now. We're back top, as I said. Manchester City obviously losing. Arsenal, Arsenal fans. Stay. What did Holland say? Stay humble. You know what I'm saying, stay humble, bro. Stay humble, man. Like, can't always keep opening your mouth. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and this goes to the point that, like, I kept making, like, listen, look, it wasn't. Listen, we're in game week 10. I'm not here to. I'll laugh at any team, to be honest, below our team. Do you get what I'm trying to? Unless it's Manchester City, to be honest. But I'll laugh at all the teams, because the reality is, I don't hear Nottingham Forest fans like piping up. Obviously, they know what it is, context and all that stuff. But who knows? This season might be one of them weird seasons where Forest. I mean, who had Forest sitting in third place after 10 games? Who had Forest beating Liverpool at Anfield, drawing away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? I don't think anybody kind of had that, at the beginning of the season, so it's a bit mad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It is a little bit mad. Michael's obviously saying Chelsea above Arsenal. Yeah, I don't think this is the updated table, so apologies. So Chelsea above Arsenal, like I always say, when we're doing the banter stuff, that's great. That's all fantastic. And yeah, like that we can do that. Like, it's just all banter at the end of the day. But when you're trying to do like dry banter, and your team hasn't done anything, this is why I always say, guys, you just got to pipe down a little bit. You just got to chill. Forget the stay humble thing. That's whatever. I'm just saying, just chill. Just chill. When you get there, then you can start pumping your chest. Then you can start this, that, and the third. Because again, did anyone have Arsenal sitting as low as they are in the league? No, you didn't. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like it's one of those kind of things. Like, I saw a lot of Arsenal. And sorry, I know I'm rambling. I know this is a Brighton reaction, but I saw a lot of Arsenal fans online, like some of these bigger accounts and stuff like that, talking about, yeah, I'm only scared of Manchester City and I'm like, when you're not in a position to speak about who you're scared or not scared of. Like, at this moment in time, you're scared of everybody. You get like, you're not in a position to kind of go telling people who you're scared about. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're below everybody else in terms of the teams, obviously all the teams who are above you at this current moment in time. So are you in a position to tell anybody that you're not scared of this team? Whether you're scared of Liverpool or not, that's calm. I don't care if you are or not scared of Liverpool, but come on, bro. Like, self-awareness from Arsenal fans is so bad. So bad. And I think that was more what I took away this weekend, looking at the results, because I was like, how life comes at you so fast. Last week, you told everybody, yeah, if we had our full team out, yeah, Liverpool couldn't touch us. The following week, what was it? Ødegaard, I think, was missing. I'm sure everybody else played. Obviously, Saliba was back. I don't know if Gabriel played, to be fair. So they were missing Ødegaard and Gabriel, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. But the team is strong enough. With even the team they had last week was strong enough. But you then lose to Newcastle. Like, with the smack talk you guys were talking, bro, I expect you to go and beat Newcastle. Tough game away, by the way. Very, very tough game. Yeah, I mean, very, very tough game. But I expect you to win, because your team is as good as you say they are. And I think it's a good team as well. But you don't. So then it's like, you're not in a position to then start screaming out, yeah, well, we ain't scared. What do you mean we ain't scared? Brother, you're however many points behind. You know what I mean? Right about now, just shush. Keep trying to win your games, and then we have this conversation at a later date. At the moment, come on, man. Like, you can't really be doing those kind of things. Pick up social joints. Bro, relax. Wasn't you, man? 8 points clear last season, and we cleared you 2 seasons in a row. Yeah, that was last season. We're talking about this season, though, my bro. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about this season. Yeah, do you get what I'm trying? By the way, I don't know how the season's going to pan out. I still had Arsenal finishing ahead of Liverpool, because I thought that you guys were, I thought, one, that you'd keep your players injury free, for one. And I felt that if you did, like the likes of Ødegaard, who I think is probably looking like your most important player at this moment in time. But I thought, yeah, you've got a strong first 11, very, very strong. If you can keep these guys fit for the majority of the season. But obviously, as we know, seasons don't always pan out like that. And at this moment, on the 4th of November, at this moment in time, this is, you know what I mean? You're not doing that well. And that's the problem, is that it's just about the self-awareness more than anything. Liverpool fans could not speak, could not start chatting shit until we won the Champions League. All of that, yeah, we got to the Champions League final. No one cares. No one cares that we lost to Madrid with Bale doing up bicycle kicks and that. No one cares about that, because you lost. No one cares. Go and win it now. Cool. Then we win it. No one cares that we were 1 point, behind in the league. We were just a bridesmaid. Guess what? Then you go and win it the next season. Now you can start the chatting shit. Now we can do the back and forths and the banter, and now we can do that because we've actually done something. And I feel like that's the issue. I think with Arsenal fans is that you've done nothing. You've been nothing, for a long, long time. But you're speaking from a place of we are this. And I think that's what probably irks people, not just Liverpool fans, by the way. It irks everybody else quite a lot, because that is your kind of mentality. And it's again, like I said, it's just a big lack of, self-awareness. But hey, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me even go to let's go to this before I give you guys obviously my my match ratings. Obviously Salah again, by the way, I don't think he was particularly good in the game anyway, to be honest with you. But Salah again, breaking more records. I feel like every time he scores, there's a record that he's breaking or about to break, or he's doing something. Obviously, I saw this, by the way. So this is obviously prior to the game. So the statistic I think doesn't include the game at the weekend, but it was just looking at the percentage of goals and assists, I believe, that Salah has obviously contributed to since being at Liverpool. And you can see again, prior to the game against Brighton, he was at 42.2%. That is the amount of, I believe it's goals and assists that he has contributed to Liverpool since joining the football club. Do you know how mad that is? Do you know how mad that is? This season alone, it was at 68.2 last season. So, I mean, that in itself is mad. That in itself is 68%, obviously at this moment in time. That is crazy. That is crazy. And man, we're telling me about, yeah, it's crazy. It's just mad when you think about it. Like I said, don't think he was even that good in the game. But it's just crazy to think that people can speak from a place of, yeah, this guy needs to go because his performances haven't been good or whatever. 68%. Oh, brother, like you show me the where's the rest of them? Where the rest of these guys? Where's the other 30-odd%? I'm trying to say, like, we're spreading that around with God knows who. Mad. It's mad. 2 seasons in a row and 1-0. Yeah. This is not too dissimilar. It might be, bro. Honestly, like I said, I never speak from a place of I know what's going to happen, because I don't. I really, really don't. And we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, it's just that for me, it's just your lack of awareness. That is all I'm saying. That if Arsenal just fix that up, I don't think fans would get onto you as much as they do and be speaking about you as much as I'm doing today, for example, because then there would be a level of respect that I would have to give. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's where I feel like you guys are missing a trick here. That's why you think everyone's against us. Not you, by the way, social joints particularly, just Arsenal fans in general. Oh, the refs are against us. The league hates us. Pundits don't like us. Yeah, it's because you guys act like this. Do you know what I mean? You keep moving like this. So that's always going to be the problem. You feel me? They're now getting cooked by Spurs. Yeah, fucking hell, yeah. Spurs. Heard Spurs are the comeback kings. I laughed at that title when I saw that, comeback kings, and that. I said, yeah, say no more, man. Didn't know Spurs were the comeback kings, but hey, listen, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Bro, there's several teams in the table, and you picked Arsenal to talk about. Why are we rent-free in your head? Because I'm not necessarily worried about teams like Nottingham Forest. I also know that Manchester City are not a team that you talk about. We don't talk about Manchester City because we know what they're about. And maybe it's just because I don't know too many Manchester City fans, but the ones I do know, outside of Hamza, and Hamza is just Hamza, he is the way he is. When I listen to other Big Steve and all of that, like when I listen to people like him, he don't talk from a place of like his chest is even too big. He just knows what it is. We're the best team right now. We're winning. We've won Premier Leagues. It's almost just that kind of vibe. Whereas you guys talk like you're them. And that's what annoys people. It's like, bro, like it doesn't even make sense. But listen, man, it is what it is, man. Listen, big respect to Arsenal anyways, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys are my G's. Arsenal might have missed the opportunity the last 2 seasons. Maybe. They could turn it around, by the way. You really could turn it around. Really could. Big up, bro. I hope you're doing well, my bro. I know, my apologies. I was supposed to jump on to the preview. Yes, we do need to work ASAP. I'm hoping that this week I should be free. But obviously, I'll drop you a message anyway. But guys, head on over to the Football Talk podcast. Please, man. Come on, man. There's almost 30 of you in here. So smash the likes first and foremost. And also head on over there and subscribe, man. Come on, man. He's doing really, really good content. 68%. Yeah, Salah's mad. Big up Hakeem in the building. Arsenal, you man have Kai Havertz as a fake striker. I like Kai Havertz though. Big up Gary. The Woolwich boys are losers. Yeah. They're living rent free in my head, man, as Social Joint said, innit? But yeah, as I said with Salah, listen, look, phenomenal player. Like I keep saying, I really don't know where Liverpool would be without this guy. I mean, if I just go back quickly, I mean, 42% is a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, it's a lot for you to. I'm not saying, by the way, people were like, oh, they're just happy to just let him go. I don't feel like it was that type of vibe, but he's not the one. Like, you got 6 forwards in the team. Yeah, he's at the bottom of the list when I think about players of this team who have got to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had to pick, he's literally at the bottom. And when I think about this whole contract situation, obviously I saw Salah put up the post as well. You know, the cryptic post that he put out the other day after the game, and I just started laughing. I was like, oh yeah, he's gone. To me anyway. Again, that's just my opinion. It might have meant absolutely nothing whatsoever, and he signs a deal tomorrow. But yeah, when I read that, I was just like, yeah, that don't sound like, you know what I'm saying? That don't sound like someone who's like, yeah, man, can't wait to stay and this, that. Like, you know how like Virgil's been speaking, you know, Virgil, you know, almost sounds like, yeah, like I want to get this done. We saw the news the other day about Virgil van Dijk potentially getting this whole contract situation sorted out. But yeah, with him, yeah, they don't seem like that. For me, it just seemed like, yeah, but he's gonna just bounce at the end of the season. And yeah, I mean, that's later on, and obviously we'll talk more about it. But the way I look at it is, I feel like Liverpool will go through like, it'll be like when we lost to Suarez, it'll be like when we lost to Torres, it'll be like, yeah, when we lost those kind of players and we were like in the wilderness in terms of how good the attack was as a whole. Forget about all the players that you've had, the Barinis and all these guys. It just feels like that. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be as bad as that. I don't think it will be as bad because we have got better players than we've had in all those previous years. But I feel like it'll be that type of vibe where it's like, yeah, unless obviously, of course, we go out and sign some demon, you know, up front or whatever, then fairs, you know. But I just feel like with the players that we've got currently, if we just kept it at that, maybe adding your Ben Dokes and, you know, all of those kind of people, I feel like it would just be that where there's just going to be a massive drop off to what we had with Salah. And we're just gonna have to. We're just waiting until the next guy comes through. You know, whoever that might be. You know, whether it's a striker or a winger or, you know, whatever. And obviously those guys as well have got to be able to step up. But yeah, I have my doubts about, you know, those guys being able to step up. Big up Pops. As soon as I get to Salah, obviously my guy Pops in the building as well. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Salah pending with FSG to. Salah pleading, sorry, with FSG to stay. Maybe. Yeah, I agree, Fozzie. By the way, yeah, I agree. This is what I things have to move on. Of course, he has to leave at some point in time. But just like Torres, just like Suarez, when they leave, you've left such a big gap that you haven't been able to fill it up, so to speak. So then we go through like a 2-season period where it's just nonsense up front, or it's just not as good up front, and then we get back to boom, Salah, Mane, Firmino come, and it's just one of the Michael Owen left, and who we got up front is fucking hell. Owen left, you got Barros and Jibril Cisse, and that, mad. G question: do you honestly see us getting improving the squad depth in January? No. I think unless an opportunity arises, I don't see Liverpool dipping into the market. Yeah, I don't. I just don't see it. I feel like, yeah, more summer. Summer is where I really look at it. But I just can't see who we're going to sign in the January. I don't think like FSG and it's not even FSG. Forget them. I don't know why I keep saying FSG. I don't think like Edwards and Hughes. I don't feel like they'll look at it and say, obviously, depending on where we are in the league, of course. But if we're still doing like top 3, for example, let's just say we're third at minimum by the time January comes around, and we're only like within 2 points, 3 points of the top of the table, right? I don't feel like they'll look at the situation and think, like us as fans, we look at it and say, we need a player to kick us on. Like we all want to play. Oh, we need to get this guy to help us move. I don't think they look at it like that. I really don't. I don't feel like that's where their mind would be at, because the reality is, and I can see from that side, but I'm probably more on the side of, yo, let's get someone in. But I can see why, because they'll be like, well, why would you go and sign someone else if the team's already doing what it's doing now? What's to say that we can't continue that? What's to say that this same team, without spending any more money, is able to do that, which in theory is supposed to then give you more money come the next season, even though we know that doesn't work like that with Liverpool. But do you know what I mean? I just feel like that's just where you know, where I think their head's at. What if LFC lead by 6 points? Oh, then we're definitely not signing anybody. Oh yeah. No. No. If we're leading by 6 points, oh no way. They will just leave that. They'll say, bro, we don't need to sign nobody. Even, I don't want to say, big up Doug, by the way, in the building. Big up. Make sure you guys head on over to the Dugout Football channel. But in regards to this, nah. If we're 6 points ahead, can you guys see a situation? Big up Hakeem. You're my guy. Do you think that these guys are going to look at Liverpool and say, you know what? We're 6 points ahead with the team that we've got here? Because you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to have some, let's say we're 6 points ahead. We're going to have some injured players, whoever that is. I don't know, whoever. We're just going to have some, let's say we're going to have three injuries to first teamers and maybe one or two like squad players, right? So let's say 5 in total. We're going to have all of these injuries and we're going to be 6 points ahead. They'll look at it and say, when those 6 or 5 players come back, look at the team that we've got. If we're able to do this with the team that we have got, look what, come on, guys. We know what these guys are about, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, we've supported Liverpool for years. We know that these guys are not like that. They don't think like that. And Hakeem, I 1,000,000% agree with you. I agree with you, bro. You know what I'm on. I'm on, bro. Just go and sign Musiala. Like, you know, like, and even jokes aside, just go and sign whoever it is that you feel. By the way, like, listen, I've almost stopped trying to think about or trying to take it from a position of I know, because Liverpool work in different kind of ways in terms of the players that we even, you know, are linked to. Like there's this who's the Marouche, whatever his name is. Apologies again, I know I'm butchering. Let me even find his name. Marmouche for Frankfurt. Yeah, I haven't watched him. I need to do my research on him anyway. Been having a really, really good season for what I've seen. Scored a bang of a free kick the other day. He's the name that's been, you know, touted potentially as he could be coming to Liverpool. Teams are looking at him. Liverpool obviously apparently are one of those teams as well. Do you think that we would go out and get him without letting someone go? Unless obviously we got like a mad injury crisis. I just don't see it. I just don't see it from Liverpool's perspective. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I just feel like we just kind of just leave it the way it is at this moment in time, because Liverpool's, if you want to say excuse, will always be, if it can't improve the team and it's not better than what we've got, then again, we know what they're on. Social saying, honestly, I don't think anyone spends in Jan. Clubs hate to do it because of financial books. Also, that Lasana Diarra case, it's a big. I need to check that case, by the way. Big up, Social. Big up, because I've been hearing about this. I need to really, really delve into that and find out. Because if anybody who hasn't seen that, that Lasana Diarra thing, it looks mad, and it looks like it's gonna have an impact on things moving forward. I'm sure they've got something in motion or it's already in motion, which is going to change certain things in terms of the transfer market and stuff like that. So definitely you guys check it out. But I need to do a bit more research. I just saw it when I was doing a video the other day, and I was like, right, I didn't even know about the whole madness behind his deals and stuff like that. So yeah, it would definitely, I totally agree with Social there, man. It's going to really change, you know, the transfer game. But yeah, listen, look, last but not least, as I said, look, Mo Salah, he's on 164. I think before the end of the season, let me see how many goals he's on right now. Actually, how many goals has Mo Salah got right now? Mo Salah is currently on, it says 7 goals. 7 goals, yeah. I think Thierry Henry, it's 11 more goals. Hmm. I think I I think he's going to break Thierry Henry's, and he could potentially Lampard. That's what's that 13 away. 13. He's on 7, so that'll be 20 Premier League goals. Listen, I would love Hakeem. I would love if he was to make that top 5 like and left. Like him being on top 5 and it kept it moving. Calm, 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 calm. Yeah, the thing is, I'm just trying to think. I think he can break. I feel like the Henry and the Lampard, unless it's like the last 2 games of the season and he's within both of them, then yeah, obviously he won't. I don't think he'll break it. But at this point in the season, I definitely think he's knowing Mo, he's looked at it and said, all right, I need 21 more goals basically to make top 5. I'm on 7 at the moment. 21 will put me on 28 for the season, which is obviously as good as his first season when he joined here, right? I feel like he might look at that and think maybe, like if I can just keep scoring goals in every game, you know what I mean? GA over performances. If I could just keep doing that, I feel like he could potentially. I would love Mo to break to get into that top 5. I can't lie, sorry. I really can't lie. I would love for Mo to be able to break that. But what I will say is, I think he gets 6. I think he will get to 6th just before the end of the year. I'm going to say 6 is what he leaves the Premier League on. I think that's what it is. Mo is aiming to take down Henry. Oh no, oh bro, I feel like he will do that. Obviously, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's still got to score another 12 goals effectively to be able to break that. So, and that's not easy in itself. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying he can't do it, but we never know. We know Mo goes through these periods as well. He don't score as well. So yeah, it's mad. Shearer moving mad. Yeah. But Shearer, yeah, not even but obviously Shearer was a top striker. Man was playing from Southampton days to Blackburn, winning the league there, then to obviously to Newcastle. Bro, he's been about. Harry Kane. Even Harry Kane's record is dope. The fact that he's been able to get so high up there, but even look how far he is in comparison to Alan Shearer. That's mad. Wayne Rooney on 208. Andrew Cole. Yo, he don't get enough respect. Andrew Cole, top 4 right there. And then obviously Aguero rounding off thing. He won't get 28 this season. I don't think so. Yeah. If he signs the contract, he'll make top 4. Sorry, I say he'll make top 4. He will be surpassing top 4, 100%, like easily. Like I don't envisage that being any type of issue whatsoever. He'll definitely break Andrew Cole's record easily if he signs the contract. And by the way, I'm saying easily. Andrew Cole was a bad boy, by the way. But just in terms of the goals that Mo, I think, will continue to keep scoring between now and if he was to sign a new deal, then yeah, 100%. But yeah, I just think that, yeah, a lot of it comes down to whether or not he decides to, sign the contract and all of that kind of malarkey. But let's obviously go on to my player ratings before we head on out of here. Try and run through this relatively quick. Kelleher made some good, decent saves in the game. Trying to think, was there anything I didn't like? I don't know, man. I feel like Kelleher was kind of calm, I guess. I can't remember many. Like, wow, did he make a mistake? I'm trying to think. Their goal. Nah, that goal was too fire. That goal was too fire. Man slotted it into the corner like with precision, off the post, bang bang. That was a finish. Trying to think though. I don't feel like he was. I don't know, man. I feel like he was maybe like a 6 or 6.5. I'm just trying to think. It's so hard to keep it, man. Sometimes I forget that you're even here. I'll give you 6.5. Virgil, the captain, I thought he was good. Yeah, I'm saying 6 for Keller. Yeah, I could change it to a 6 to be honest. Just trying to think. Virgil, thought it was like a interesting kind of battle between him, Kanate, and then Gomez, obviously later, and Danny Welbeck. he missed that chance, and I just said to him, I remember sitting there like how? Like I don't even know what you were trying to do. Do you know what you was trying to do in that opportunity? He definitely that wasn't good. But in terms of overall, yeah, 7.5, I guess, for Virgil. Like it's, it's Virgil, isn't it? Kanate, I should have put Gomez there because I feel like Kanate was just super calm. Yeah, obviously had to come off in that second half for Gomez. So Konate was like, I don't know, 6.5, I guess. But yeah, Gomez, just because he played the full thing, I'll say Gomez, I felt, he was good. 7, it was 7.5 maybe for Gomez. Yeah, nothing really outstanding, I'll be honest. It wasn't that gassed on him. Trent. Yeah, the Trent one was hilarious. Was absolutely hilarious. I swear this guy can't do two things at once. You're either really good going forward and poor defensively, or you're really good at defending but poor going forward. Going forward, he was absolutely trash. Yeah, he was trash. But defending wise, I felt like he was steady. I just felt like it was just a steady Eddie. Steady Eddies get 7s. Steady Eddies get 7s. Simicast, I thought he was steady Eddie as well. Kels bailed us out on the one-on-one after VVD fought back to grab Jorginho. Yep. I hear it. Gomez 8, he should have scored. Yeah, if you feel he was, honestly, I didn't feel like it was like an 8 performance. I'll be so I'm trying to figure what would consider to be an 8. If you want to give him 8, you can give him 8. I'm not going to argue with anyone saying he was an 8. I just thought he was just calm. Like I didn't think it was outstanding. I didn't think it was like excellent. I just thought, oh yeah, he was right. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just that. Joji was good, especially because he only played the second half. We were so shit in the first. Yeah, but to be fair, it's like Konate only played. Yeah, I mean they both played enough to probably give them whatever rating that you want to give them. So if you guys want to give Gomez an 8, I'm not going to argue with that. Simicast, made bare tackles. Yeah, Simic, was he better than Trent? I don't feel like he was better than Trent. Yeah, on the ball, I didn't really feel like he was that good either. It's funny because the two players, that I would expect to be really good on the ball, I don't feel like they were that good on the ball, to be honest with you. Don't really remember many moments. Maybe like there was like 1 or 2. I'm giving him a 7. Don't think it was all that, to be honest with you. But it was good defensively, by the way, just to throw that out there before anyone thinks I'm cussing that. It was good defensively. Gravenberch, super duper average. He's lucky he didn't get a 4 because I thought he was dead. Yeah, a lot of games. I'll talk about the midfield in a second, actually, once he finishes a Bozolai. But yeah, I thought he was average. McAllister, you're definitely getting a 4. You were crap. In fact, I'm not even giving you a 4, bro. You're getting a 3. I thought you was rubbish. I thought you was absolutely stinky in the game. This is what I'm saying, Pops. I don't feel like we were good enough to be given 8s. Like I don't like 8 is we weren't that good in the game. I don't think we was good enough to anyone to be getting 8s. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I always try to differentiate. Just because you do better than you did in the first half doesn't then equate to anything else, if that makes sense. It's just better than what we saw. And from when I heard people saying, oh, yo, that first half was the worst first half. By the way, think about how many times, you've heard that phrase, not just this season, but last season, where that's the worst first half we've ever played. Oh, that's the worst first half we've ever had. Oh, that first half was probably the worst we've seen under Slot. We've said this a few times. I've been listening. I've been watching. We said that a few times, and I've seen people say the same thing. And I'm like, How many first times can you have? Yeah, I mean, you can only break your virginity once, man. Simi's corners are so good. Yeah, they're right. They're okay. Why did it get personal? No, I wasn't getting personal with Mac. Well, like I said, we'll talk about it in a minute. Zabozalai, thought he was crap too. Yeah, man. Zobo, man, you're my guy, but you're making it hard for me right now. You're making me look bad as well. Because I'm the one who's always trying to defend you. But if you can't even defend yourself, then there's not really much man could do. Do I think he was as bad as McAllister though? No. So I'll give you a 3.5. But yeah, before we move on to the rest of them, the midfield, what bugs me sometimes with the midfield is how the game will just pass them by at times. Like Brighton were just able to just cut through at times. Like, why is there such a big hole? Like, I don't understand why there's such a gaping hole just there. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, where are you? Zabozalai, where are you? McAllister, where are you? Gravenberch, where are you? Just gap, boom. Now they're in on goal. I don't really understand. On the ball, yeah, like you could probably find the compilations because I know everyone's like, there's probably bearing them out there. I haven't seen them, but I'm sure there is out there where someone's gonna show me, I don't know, like a combination, or they're gonna show me a throw. As a whole, Brighton's midfield, in my opinion, overall in the game, were better than Liverpool's midfield. They were just getting a hold of things, possession, control. Like the thing is, we're in November, you know. And you're telling me you're tired. Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that. I can't lie. I'm not even trying to hear that. I'm not even trying to hear that. You're tired. What the hell are you going to be like in April? What are you going to be like in March? Tired, you know. I feel like Brighton splitting. But bro, it was like 2-3 passes. And like, and the thing is, Brighton weren't doing like madness. They weren't like, it weren't like Barcelona 2009 where you're like, Jesus Christ, like Javi's here and Iniesta's there and Busquets is and Messi's just dropped into the pocket. Bro, they were 2-3 passes. Liverpool midfield were just gone. They were just gone, like nowhere to be seen. I was like, well, this doesn't make any bloody sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, they shouldn't be getting in our back line so easily like this. Like, where are you midfield? And when we are on the ball, obviously, again, I know it's a style, it's a tactic. When we are on the ball, when Keller has the ball and whatnot, obviously, you know, I know he does the weights, like wait for someone to come obviously to him, and then he might pop it and do. I never felt that confident with anybody on the ball at certain points in the game. I was starting to think like this. It goes back to what I said at the beginning. It just looks robotic, and it just looks like, yeah, it just looks like you can do it. Like, you understand what's being told of you, but it's just not fluid enough. And again, like I said, personal taste. That's just me. So don't take that as literal. Don't take that as factual or anything. It's just when I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look right. Although when I'm watching Brighton, Donny is passing the ball to the, I can't remember who it was. I remember there was one move where Verbruggen pops it into the midfielder. It might have been Ayari. It could have been someone else. He pops it into the midfielder. The guy had 2 Liverpool players either side of him and 2 behind him because we were looking to press. We were looking to win that. Bro, he pops it into him. He pops it back calmly. Verbruggen just chips it over to Estupinian. It was all done within seconds, and it just looked so calm. It didn't look like anybody was panicking whatsoever. Whereas when we do it, sometimes I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, what is this? Grab isn't used to playing this frequently. Maka might be playing with a knock. Who knows? Yeah, I hear all of that, man. I hear all of that. Listen, I'm just happy we got the 3 points because we did not deserve the 3 points in my personal opinion. But yeah, like I said, the midfield for me was dead. Was that Gravenberch, the best player, of course, as always, but the midfield was dead. It was dead. You know what I mean? I was not happy with that performance whatsoever. Salah, I thought he was dead. Wasn't really in the game like that. Had opportunities. I remember he had that one-on-one where he tried to like dink it over Verbruggen. Whatever you want to call that, obviously it didn't work out for him. Very good goal, of course, from Salah. But outside of that, I thought he was like average. I'll give him a 6 for the goal. Gakpo, thought he was average. Yeah, thought he was. I just thought like, I'm honestly trying to think. You know, when you're like, you're and from when I'm saying I'm trying to think, I'm like, yeah, well, does that tell me more than I kind of needed to know? I'll even look at his stats. His passing was really good, 90% accuracy in his passing. He only had 3 touches in the opposition box, and he played the entire game. Yeah, that kind of tells you everything. 1 accurate cross. Was he better than Salah? Probably the same. Yeah, I'll give him a 6, man. Yeah, that was kind of dead. Nunes. Nunes is a funny character. He's running around a lot. I will say that he was running around a lot. That was about all I can remember from Darwin Nunes. Obviously had that chance where he took that shot where he barged my man. I was kind of funny. I started busting up when I saw that. He barged the can't remember who the midfielder was. I think he took the ball down, flicked it, barged my man, ran through, had that shot. That was good. That was a good sequence of play, by the way. Then he had the flick on, obviously, for Salah's chance. I'll just give it a 6, bro. Just for the effort, you will get a 6. But yeah, like I said, I thought the performance was crap. Don't think we were good, and I actually don't think we deserved the 3 points. That's why I'm actually very happy that we got the 3 points, because Brighton is always a tough game. It's always a tough game against Brighton. So to be able to get the 3 points, and this is what I said, if you can, obviously, I hope this doesn't continue, because as I mentioned before, like I said, guys, we are conceding goals now. Regardless of how you want to dress it up, we're conceding goals. Before, it was where we looking, imperious, and before we always seem to have, like, from what I kept hearing from people, there was always context. Oh, but it was a mistake. Oh, but it was this. Okay, but now we're conceding goals. That goal that we conceded against Brighton wasn't a mistake. It wasn't like, oh, he's giving it back to the goal. No, it was just a very good, well worked goal. You know what I mean? And from what I watched of the highlights of the cup game, yeah, the same kind of thing. Bar maybe the Kwanzaa, the second goal I think that they scored. Yeah, it's not been Chelsea game. That wasn't a mistake either. That was just again good play. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. So listen, very happy to get the 3 points. Very happy to walk out of there, out of Anfield. But I do think we escaped. I really do think we escaped. But who gives a F when everybody else is losing and we can still get the victories? We just really need to up the level of performance, in my personal opinion. Because I've tried to stay away from this word. I've really tried. But watching that game kind of made me think it's just not that sustainable. I don't think you can keep playing in the way that you're playing and expect that it's just going to keep changing in the way that it's doing. That's one trait I hope it's weird because we're winning games, but it's one trait I don't really like from Liverpool is you almost just think that you get lulled into that full sense of, security, because you're thinking, no, it's calm, man. Like, don't worry about it. And then that's why I hear people say, yeah, no, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, man. We're winning games, man. It is what it is, man. Blah, 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 blah. Then you start to falter later on in the season. Or one injury kills the whole thing. Now you're like, shit, what the hell do we do? And I just don't want to fall into that trap. We do need to up the performance levels in terms of the performance levels. But results-wise, Liverpool, Arne Slot, really doing well. I am very pleased about that. I will definitely say that. Very, very pleased that they're able to, come away from these games at the moment and getting the 3 points. Because I know we all looked at these sequence of games and thought could be a bit techie, and they have been techie. To be fair, they have really been they have actually been a bit difficult. But we've won most of them, if not all of them, bar the Arsenal game. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So who would have thought that? But prior to that, so listen, man, it is what it is. Last few bits and bobs before we, of course, head on out of here. Hakeem, question: what do you think LFC will learn from this first half? He needs to, I don't know what, I didn't listen to his press conference afterwards. We definitely just need to start learning to up the intensity level, I believe, anyway. I do think that needs to be shored up a little bit. That's something that out of possession, it just doesn't seem right, whatever it is. Whatever he's trying to do anyway, to me, it just doesn't look right, doesn't seem right. So yeah, I mean, listen, look, we got this. It's hard, I know, because we got the victory. So I'm not trying to complain that we won. I'm very happy that we won. but I'm seeing way too many similar traits to last season, man, where everyone was getting gassed and everyone's on a high because you're winning, and blah blah blah. Then you're on this, like, it's like sugar crash. you had so much sugar, you just come crashing down late. Like it doesn't happen straight away. You'll be gassed. Yeah, bro. When I used to drink lemonade, boy, I was on a high for time, and then it comes crashing down. Give that a couple hours, and then you are just falling down like there's no man's business. I'd sort of see a little bit of that in the team at this current moment in time. That's why I really want the performance level to improve. We have had good games this season, by the way. We've had games where I thought, you know what, from minute 1 to 90, bar like a 5-10 minute spell from the opposition, we've actually been really, really good. So I'm not seeing it as frequent, would I say, but in the last 5 games, I have noticed it a bit more than I would have liked. But listen, they're tough games anyway. This is what people wanted us to do. Everyone laughed at us and said we haven't played nobody. Well, guess what? We're now playing these teams. Arsenal drew to freaking Brighton. We beat Brighton. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the reality is, if that's what people are saying, I'm just happy that we're getting the victories right now and we can shut a lot of people up. Simple as. Big up Joe. Hard to get control on the midfield with Trent gifting them. Oh, Jesus Christ. The passing. Bro, can you, like I said, you can't do 2 things at once. Can't you just be good at defending and good at attacking? Like, I don't understand. Because it's not even like we know you're good at attacking and you have the ability to be good at attacking. So I don't get why the passing is just all of a sudden just gone down the drain. I really don't get it. Big up Ali in the building. G2, as good as Brighton were in the first half, it's not like they peppered us and missed their chances. Mo and Nunes both missed one-on-ones. And Gakpo and CJ both had good chances, and Joey G had 2. Yeah, it's never really that though. Like, I agree with you, by the way. Yeah, 100% agree. But it's never that. When I'm watching Liverpool recently, it's never really about the chances that other teams are having though. It's just more of a threat that they look, so to speak. And ours usually comes from, like, I don't know, some type of transitional play, or usually out of nowhere. It usually is just out of nothing. It's just boom, all of a sudden, Liverpool got a chance. Boom, free kick, boom, Joe Gomez has a chance. You know what I mean? It's not like it's been coming or whatever. It's just more like it just comes more or less out of thin air more time, which is probably, I guess, good because the element of surprise is usually a good thing. We'll be back tomorrow morning, probably same time, 10 a.m. So I will do the preview to the Leverkusen game. That is a very big game, very, very big game. Should be interesting. Should be real interesting to see how Liverpool kind of do in that game, man. But guys, we'll call it a day there. Big up everybody, of course, who's been tuned in today. Hope everyone has a blessed day. As I mentioned before, let me see if I can find it. As I mentioned, look, I've got my video. Where have all the number 10s gone? I might actually drop. Should I drop another one Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Yeah. You know, I'm going to drop another one today later on, maybe around about 4 or 5 p.m. Again, it's not too long. These videos, and these kind of videos that I'm doing, they're not going to be too long. Although this one might actually be 20 minutes. So yeah, but just make sure you just lock into that. Make sure you watch the Where Have All the Number 10s Gone. Let me know if you like it, don't like it, and we take it from there. Mr. Locke said that this was the worst first half and it can't happen again. He also referenced Forest again. Yeah, but I'm thank you, before we leave, thank you, Pops, for mentioning that. That's what I was supposed to mention. I can understand why he keeps mentioning that Forest game. And that's why I say it points to the team is not performing at the level that he wants them to. Hence why I keep saying it is coming down to these individual moments that are almost winning these games, which is what I was hoping we would move away from, in terms of, I don't want it to be always individual moments that are, obviously, yes, you need them. Of course you do. In a season of 38 games, you need individual moments at times. But I almost feel like we're resting on that laurel of, like, yo, Salah needs to come up with a wonder goal, or, you know, we need to get lucky with a cross shot and Gakpo. It can't always be that. The performance level has to be better. And he keeps referencing that bloody Nottingham Forest game because he can see it. The same way I keep saying it, obviously I'm not articulating it the same way, but the same way I'm saying it or trying to articulate it is that I'm watching Liverpool and I'm like, nah, man, this ain't really it. I'll be honest with you. And he can, it seems like it from what he keeps talking about, but he keeps kind of mentioning, yo, these first halves that we're having, yo, we need to be easy. because we know what it looks like on the other side when you lose a game. There was no individual moment that saved us. There was no individual brilliance that was able to get us. It couldn't work. Why? Because that can't work all the time. Can't always be an individual moment that will save you at the end of the day. We need to be better. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that is my issue, is that we're having so many of these, or we're having more of these first halves where we keep saying that was the worst first half I've ever seen. How many times? It could only happen once. We can't keep saying that's the worst first half. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it can only be a one-time thing, or at most two. But it seems like we're having it quite a lot. Yo, that was bad. 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 Like, it can't keep happening. And he keeps referencing that Forest game because we're having a lot of games like that Forest game. That's the only reason why he would keep talking about it. So he doesn't want to, go back. He doesn't want to experience that again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's where I just feel like Liverpool do need to just improve. It's just in the level of performances. But of course, there are, nuances and context, obviously, within that I feel like that we should be doing a little bit better in order to, get the performance level higher, because I believe if it is higher, I genuinely believe this Liverpool team will look so much better. If you think it looks good now anyway, it will be so much better. But we're not there yet. So whether we get there or not, I don't really know. I really, really don't know. But listen, man, we'll wait and see. As I said, big up everybody in the building. Don't know if ENDZ has got something popping for you guys later today. I'll have a look for you, actually. We'll have a look. What's he got popping today? I don't think he does, to be fair. I don't think he does. Obviously, just listen. Keep your notification bells on. Yeah, keep your notification bells on. And then, yeah, I'm sure he'll potentially have something for you guys. So, yeah, big up everybody in the building. And, yeah, stay tuned. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.